You need to change, or something in your life needs to change. You know it. I know it. You're probably going through it right now. I'm going through it right now. And as much as I want to help myself, I can help somebody else. So, understand, change is one of the hardest things in this lifetime that we will experience. Why is that? Because a lot of our identity as humans, a lot of it has to do with comfort and patterns. We like to feel comfortable. We like to be around people. We like to feel welcome. We don't like to feel alone, right? We like to notice the similarities in people, places, and things. We like to find these patterns. And when things shift in the slightest bit, it gets scary. It's just the way we are hardwired. It's how we survive, noticing the changes in patterns. It's what brings our antennas up, right? We're animals at the end of the day. But also understand that life can't change without you changing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Y'all know that. But you got to remember that. You have to live life like you know that and understand that. Your environment can't change for you. People can't change for you. You have to change for you. Now, the thing is, the things outside of you can influence the change inside of you. Your environment can affect you negatively and positively. People can affect you the same way, but you still have to change. One of my favorite things to do when I get upset, when I go in a dark place, is clean my room, throw out things I don't need, throw out trash and, stuff that's just in the way that I have no use for. I love to do that. And it does help a little bit, but I'm still making those decisions. I'm actually getting up and doing the work. And that influences me to keep going in this situation, this change. You have to do it for you. Now, change has a lot to do with your identity. It's a lot of letting go. It's a lot of building. A lot of people feel like they don't know themselves. A lot of people think that things are just happening for no reason, but they always have a reason. The reason why you are in the situation that you're in is because of your identity. And this is going to hurt a lot of people. But no matter what it is, with the exception of a few things, I'm going to go ahead and preface because some people don't understand. But with the exception of a few things, wherever you are, however you think, it's all linked to your identity. If you're broke, it's because you're broke in the mind. If you're sad, it's because you're sad in the mind and you actually align with all of these identities. Most people say, well, I'm broke, it's not my fault, X, Y, Z. Yeah, it may not be, but that thought process is your fault because you have an opportunity to grow more than any rich person does because you're broke. If you're at rock bottom, there's no more going down. You can only go up. Perspective is the key to life, and it will change your life when you change the way you see things. You have an opportunity to be great if you don't feel so great. If you're sick, you get well. When we are well, we take it for granted. And then when we get sick, we wish we were well again. It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. So think about the things you have manifested in your own life. Think about the things you continue to tell yourself. I'm ugly. I'll never have anybody. I'll never get this job. I'll never be successful. Everybody else is lucky and I'm unlucky and nothing's ever going to happen for me. You're right. That's what you manifest. That's how you feel about yourself. That's the identity that you align with. So of course your life is not going to change for the better because you're doing the same things. You want different results out of life? Change who you are. How do you do that, Shimon? Dismantle your identity. We don't like to do that though, because we come up with these identities even when we don't know ourselves. We come up with these identities and they're coping mechanisms. Some of us, we like to have this bravado and we walk around with our chest poked out and, it's like big babies. The moment you touch them, they cry though. It's that fake armor. People walk around, they the biggest and they the baddest and they the loudest, but they're the most insecure. And for them to dismantle that, they don't want to do that. That's the ego death. You don't want to let that go. Some people want to be this mysterious person and they don't want to tell anybody anything, but they are dying to share who they are on the inside. But you're afraid to let that go because it keeps you comfortable. Like I said, comfort and patterns have a lot to do with who we are. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you doing some very uncomfortable things. You're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to change a lot of things in your life. And you can't just change your haircut and your cologne and your deodorant. No. You're going to have to start changing the way you think, what you tell yourself, where you hang out, what you eat. All these things are going to have to change. Now, don't change everything all at once because you're going to overwhelm yourself. And you'll be right back in the same situations that you've always been in. Start small. That leads me to a great time to integrate. What's behind me? This is my new chair. I got a new chair. The chair that I usually sit in, I've had it for the last 3 years. I grew a bond with that chair. It's seen me go through a lot of things. I've had it for a long time. I got it from one of my old jobs, and it was something I did not want to let go. I'm a sentimental hoarder. I don't know if y'all can tell. I got all types of stuff in my background. If you seen my room, you would probably freak out. But I hold on to way too many things. And my room influences all those things. There's pianos, there's drums, there's boxes, there's all types of things everywhere. And what it reflects is that I'm a person of many interests with a whole lot of baggage. And the things that I love are often sometimes overcrowded by things I'm not willing to let go. And sometimes it's better to let go things even when we have strong, deep connections with them. So, I was sent the chair. And instead of me giving this chair away like I did the last one, I gave my old chair away to a good friend of mine. And this chair, I like it a lot better. And this is actually, this video is sponsored by these people, that sent me this chair. But I wasn't going to just make a review video on a chair. I was going to integrate it into a message that I wanted to give y'all. And it happened to align with what's going on in my life. So look. If y'all will excuse me, we're going to do a quick break. I'm going to let y'all see the specs on this chair. You might want this chair, but we're going to get right back to the real message. So let's take a quick break.
This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. They decided not to send me this. This is for somebody else. But they decided to send me a chair. And it came in a very large box, which is always cool. There wasn't very many pieces in it at all. It was very easy to put together, very convenient for me. And as you can see, by the time I recorded this, I had already given my chair away to my good friend, which gave me some space to record this peacefully. So let's get to the details. This chair, it locks at a 93-degree angle, which is good for your posture, and there's no need for an extra pad because it has one that is stiff, that is very firm, and you can also hit the lever and make it all flexible and stuff, so you can move around, you can get a little crazy if you need to. Also, this is not one of those chairs with that stiff headrest. This bad boy allows you to sleep comfortably and sit comfortably as well. The cushion is pretty wide and adjustable itself. The armrest, probably my favorite feature. You can spin them, you can flip them, you can turn them, you can lick them. You can do all types of things with them. And when you combine that with these footrests right here, it gives you the perfect opportunity to sleep and to actually play the guitar and just relax. So definitely check out this chair. I have a code for you good people. And let's get right back to the video.
So, change. I've been doing things in this last week to encourage the need for change that I've been feeling. And me wanting more things in life, or different things, different feelings, I knew that I needed to change. So I've been trying to do things in this past week to encourage that. Like I mentioned, I gave away my old chair. Many people will look at this video and say, oh, this is just an ad, or it was just a chair. It was a lot deeper than that. That chair has seen me through my highs and lows. Seen me through a few heartbreaks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them caused by myself. It's seen me be consistent while doing my creation. Seen me be not so consistent. It's seen me cry. It's seen me angry. It's seen me play guitar. It's seen me neglect my guitar. I neglected my damn chair. I neglected my room. I've neglected my family. The chair has seen everything. And I never really wanted to part with it. Obviously, it was going to break one day. I was going to have to get rid of it one day. But it wasn't just a chair. But it felt good to let it go. It felt good to give it to somebody who could actually use it more than I could. And I got a new chair that I actually like better. But I also got up this morning and I went to the bathroom and washed my face and brushed my teeth. And I looked myself in the mirror and I talked to myself. I talked about how I felt and what I wanted from life and how great today was going to be. And today has been a great day. And literally as I was talking to myself in the mirror, I started to feel better. I started to look better. That sleepy face that I had starting to brighten up, and I just felt a lot better. but it's all because of the energy that I'm cultivating for myself, the energy that I'm encouraging to come into my life from what I'm doing. And one thing that has changed my life is understanding that energy is the only currency in this world. And this is the world. This is not the world. This is just somewhere we just hanging around, right? Because you got to pay for things with money. I'm not stupid, right? But energy is the real currency. The way you treat people, that's how you'll get treated. What you put out into this world, you shall receive. You shall receive who you are. If you want something, become it. If you want somebody, become them. You will get who you are. You will get what you are. That's just the way energy works. So I understood that if I want to make changes in my life, if I want anything in my life, I need to align my energy towards that. If I want to be successful, I have to align with that energy of discipline. If I want happiness, I have to align with that energy of joy. I have to align with what I want. And there's no other way. If you want to be rich, align with the energy of being rich. It is the only way. And people still may not understand that, and that's why I always, clear it up. But when you go through your day-to-day activities in life, put the energies on a scale. All right, I'm going to the gym today. Let's weigh that on the energy scale. That is a positive thing. All right, I'm going to play video games all day and I'm going to watch pornography. That's not going good on that scale. You weigh your decisions, you weigh your thoughts on this energy scale. And at the end of it, you just want to do enough things in your life. Or you want to do more things in your life that do more good to you than bad. And when you cultivate that energy, you start to cultivate this identity of who you are and who you want to be. The person who has everything you want in life, what do they look like? What do they smell like? What do they walk like? What do they do on a day-to-day basis to get what they want? What do they do? A lot of people take the victim mindset. Well, I'm ugly and I'll never get this and I'll never get that. You're right. You're right. Because that's what you believe. That's the energy you're cultivating. But I guarantee there's somebody out there that looks like you, that looks worse than you, that smells worse than you, that's not as tall as you, don't have what you have, but they are crushing life because they have cultivated the energy to change their life. They're doing something you're afraid to do. You're doing something you're not willing to do. But you're willing to complain. You're willing to take that cycle that you're in and make it repeat, 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 and repeat. And what do you do to change that? Nothing. You do exactly what you've been doing. The same thing that keeps sabotaging your life. And I'm guilty too. That's why I'm changing. My life has changed in the past year. Y'all have heard me mention that a lot, but I don't think y'all get it. It is like the polar opposite of life from last year to this year. My actions, my decisions, my thoughts, it's all different. Some similarities, but the way I move is different. The way I feel is different. What I am is different. I put myself first. I changed myself first. I changed what I did first. I changed the way I thought first. I changed how people thought about me. I changed how people talked to me. I changed it all, but it started with me. I changed my life. Y'all have supported me through that. So I want to return the favor. I want to return the inspiration, the motivation, the influence for you to change your life. My whole channel is literally an example of a person healing themselves in real time. Y'all seen it all. Y'all used to see me when my eyes was red and yellow and I looked dead inside. My hair was all over the place. Y'all seen it all. It only takes a few months. It only takes a year. You can turn your entire life around. My room didn't look like this a year ago. It was still purple. Still had lights. Didn't have that plaque. Didn't have that picture. Didn't have that picture. It didn't have that paper. Life is waiting on you to change. Now, I also understand too, during this period of time when you are changing, things get difficult. The smallest mistakes that you make in a period of change are amplified. The smallest mistakes. But why is that? That's that other force that's trying to pull you to stay where you are. If you're religious, people call it the devil. Spiritual, people just call it opposing energy, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Energy, energy, energy. It doesn't matter. When you're making changes in your life, there's another force out there that wants you to do exactly what you're doing. When you're trying to break free of your addiction, you went a month without having anything, and then you slip up one day, and now you're beating down on yourself saying you'll never be anything. You just went a month without doing the thing that's been killing you for the last 10 years. Can you pat yourself on the back? The smallest mistakes get amplified when you make change. You have to have the courage to keep going, to push through, and see life change for you. It don't feel like it when you're in it. Things move a little bit slow. That first step, even though it's the smallest, it feels so large, but it is. The smallest step in the right direction is usually the biggest step you'll ever take in your entire life. Because you can change, and you will. You just gotta keep pushing. You gotta have that courage to never quit. You gotta have that optimism to see that things will get better. They will. Be delusional at first. Tell yourself lies. They'll come true eventually. They will. But you gotta believe. You gotta see those changes. You have to improve for you. It's called self-help, self-improvement, self-concepts, whatever. It's all self for a reason. Because you have to do it for you. You watch these videos, you read these books, but you're not doing anything for you. You're just taking in information. Use these things as true inspiration, motivation. Don't just watch, actually do it. Create more than you consume. People think, well, I don't want to create content. I'm not talking about content. I'm talking about energy, influence, improvement. Create more than you consume. Create more than you consume, and your life will change. One of the hardest things about it, though, is you're going to be lonely at times when your life is changing. If you don't believe me, think about it. You get those memories on Snapchat, on Instagram, on TikTok, when you used to go out with your certain friends, you used to be cool with certain people, you used to listen to certain songs, but you don't anymore. You creep up on that playlist that you used to listen to every day in 2016. When you used to say, I'll never stop listening to this music. This is my favorite music all the time. Now you don't even like it anymore. A lot of it sounds like trash. A lot of us still do like it. We like the nostalgia of it. You can't listen to it, for more than 30 seconds, but you have changed. Life changes when you change. Everything changes around you when you change. Everything does. But you got to get used to the isolation. You got to get used to that solitude. I'm not telling you to stay there forever. I'm not telling you to use it as some coping mechanism. Learn to use it what it's for. It has a purpose. You have to get comfortable in it. But don't get addicted to it. A lot of us want to be seen. We want to be heard. A lot of y'all familiar, where that came from. But when you overcome the desire to be seen and heard, that's when the truth growth happens. How many times have you heard a tree grow? Never. But there's no mistaking the sound of a tree falling. Growth is always silent, but it hurts. Because in order for something to grow, something must die. And as things die, they scream and they cry and they hurt. So it is understandable why you feel the way you do. I understand your pain. I understand why you feel the way you do. But I need you to understand that you will always feel the way you do unless you do something to change the way you feel, the way you are, and what you do in this lifetime. There's people all around you who think the way you do, that do what you do. There's people all around you that think the way you want to think and that do what you want to do. Examine them. Examine yourself. See what separates you from these people. See what they do. See what they think that's different from what you're doing. And find the things in life that you are missing to get to where you want to be. Don't take this the wrong way. You're not less than. You are enough. You are valuable. You are special. But you also have a choice. You also have a conscience. You also have desires and aspirations and an identity. You also have experiences to gain. You have a life to live. But you also get to choose how that life turns out. So hey, I'm just a messenger. Please don't shoot me. And accept these changes in your life. And if you have to, run and go get them. Because life is going to change regardless. You can either find a way to change with it or let it change you. The choice is yours. And that's all I have to say. I thank you. I appreciate you for listening always. I have some things to change in my life. I have some things to change in my mind. I'm excited for the future. I appreciate the present. And I'm thankful for the past. So, let's go get them. No more videos today. No more social media today. Let's make some changes in our life. Let's go to the gym. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a run. Let's draw out those business plans. Let's paint. Let's draw. Let's play the guitar. Let's play the piano. We can do handstands, cartwheels, skydiving, whatever. Let's go make some changes. Let's have some respect for ourselves. Let's be loyal to ourselves. Don't end the day without doing something for you. The yapping is over. I love you. You take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.